And here at CBS 4, we are committed to showing you why mentoring matters. Teenagers in trouble with the law can often turn their lives around through art, but it takes someone with desire, passion, and vision to help those minors clean up their lives.
We found him at the Miami-Dade Juvenile Detention Center, where he's hoping to make an impact on boys and girls who are locked up and believe they've been forgotten. Here's CBS 4 anchor Rudabeh Shahbazi.
Choose Freedom is our signature inaugural Hope Murals piece.
German DuBois helps kids in trouble with the law locked up at the Miami-Dade County Juvenile Detention Center.
As the artists of their future, why not use art as a way to kind of motivate them to realize they can still become whatever they want?
For nearly a year now, DuBois and featured artists like Carlos Zulu Culbertson have transformed these courtyard walls into visions of a hopeful future, the creative visions of the minors jailed here.
Hope Murals is a nonprofit organization that started with the idea of using art as a platform to engage young people in a process of self-reflection and in a way to kind of talk to them about the concept of hope, what hope is as an idea, what hope means to them, and really begin to have a dialogue around hope as a life skill.
Each month, a featured artist heads a mural project, and with each one, a different group of kids is involved, from beginning to end, starting with a workshop.
If you had to explain hope to someone that never heard of the concept, what would that sound like?
DuBois says stick figures start emerging, and little by little, the featured artist is sketching the kids' own ideas.
I like that idea. Can you add that? And can you edit that? Oh no, I don't like that color. Or let's add dreads. Or and they own it, and they start, and then we take it into a deeper level on our own, and then we bring it back. They approve. Everybody likes it, and then we start the process.
Zulu's mural here in the JDC courtyard is that entire process becoming reality.
It was really great to sit down with the kids and get to know them and get to find out what they thought hope meant to them.
He explains the figure in the painting has overcome a seemingly impermeable wall, now opening a fluid curtain revealing what lies ahead.
The kids can figure out within their own lives how to move that obstacle and find themselves in a better place in the future without dwelling on where they are now.
We weren't allowed to speak to the minors housed here, hundreds of kids as young as 9 and up to 18 years old. But DuBois walked us around the courtyard, showing us the other Hope murals from this past year, including this one, a group of girls created with a female artist, the end result featuring legendary writer Maya Angelou.
One of the girls talked about this idea of self-love, and her thing was, yeah, I messed up, but I still think I'm a good person.
The average minor who reoffends and ends up back in the system does it in the first 5 months after release. 14% of those who do reoffend do so within the first month out. DuBois' hope is to break the cycle.
They can avoid having the adult incarceration experience. Then we can truly say we've made an impact.
Rudabeh Shahbazi, CBS 4 News.
And DuBois says with donations, the goal is a mural a month to cover the entire facility, and he hopes to work with the other 24 juvenile detention facilities across Florida. For information on Hope Murals, go to hopemurals.org or go to our website, cbsmiami.com. CBS at miami.com/mentoring matters has all the information you need to know, an entire list of organizations you can get involved with, and tell us about the mentors in your life. Email us at mentoringmatters@cbs.com.
Very nice.
Beautiful stuff.